What's up, you guys? I did not get to watch Survivor last night, so we are back at it this morning. We are going to be reporting on all things Survivor, so come along with me. Okay, so they're talking about how the girl wants to flip on Jake. I don't remember her name, but and I'm playing Fortnite right now, so I'm kind of watching it while I'm playing. But she wants to turn on Jake, which I think is actually really smart. Regardless of how big he is going to be able to win challenges, but she's right. Once they get to a certain point, it's going to be really hard to evict him. So I'm excited to see how this works. Oh my gosh. All right, the girl who's a little woo-woo, like, she's even a little woo-woo for me. I get it. I fully get it. I respect it. But the other people on her tribe are over it, especially the ones that are already getting hungry. With this crab, she's like, just let's eat the crab. I appreciate you wanting to pray over it, but it's also not something that all of them want to do, because later on, when the hunger actually sets in, they're going to get really pissed off at her for the littlest things, for just, being the light that she is. That's going to rub some people the wrong way, and it's really going to bother them when they're hungry. It's going to really cause a rift. Okay, so the guy that helped work on the Marvel movies, he is older. He's in his 50s. I think he said he's 51. And he's talking about how he has to use Gen Z code, basically. He's hearing fire and aura and vibes and all these other things. He's having to adapt, which calls to what Survivor is. That's the social part of the game. You have to be able to... In cinema, that's another word that they're using. The aura. It's so funny. Listening to him talk about how the vibes are immaculate and having to, he's talking about how if he said rad, that's probably what adults thought. And then Riz, that's another one of them. See, and my son is 16, so I understand majority of this stuff. But as someone who's 51, I know my parents wouldn't understand all of that stuff now, and they're 56. So, uh-oh. They're bringing, I think, Christina in at the very end. Exactly, an afterthought. She's starting to clock it, so good. But it's the alliance with Steven. She's saying, if anybody's going to bring me alliance, why wouldn't I, join them, of course? But again, if you're the low man on the totem pole, and she's smart for asking, when did you guys, form this group of three? Because she's now the fourth, and she's gaining that information that she's going to need later on. But also to protect herself, she knows that she's now on the bottom of that. I love that she went and told Sophie. All right, I think I'm done playing Fortnite because I can't focus and watch Survivor at the same time. But she literally went and told Sophie exactly what they said about her. And she's trying to solidify an alliance with Sophie, but also she's going to get herself in trouble with the other ones, Matt and Steven and them. But she doesn't really care because, again, she's on the bottom already, so why does it matter to her? It doesn't. I already love this. They are just shit-talking each other in their little one-on-ones with the producers. It's so funny to me about how... Okay, so right now they're talking about Annie specifically, about how they're, coddling her a little bit to make her feel comfortable because she's drinking all of the coconuts. This is a social game. This is just like Big Brother, Showergate. You have to have consideration for the other people on your tribe. There goes Jake, stealing Annie's shoe. He's trying to teach her a lesson, but he already asked other people whose shoes were these. So he's going to, like I said last week, he's going to get himself in trouble with this shoe bandit thing because Annie is probably already, really annoyed with him, given the fact that she wants to get rid of him. But once they find out who the shoe bandit is, they're going to be very, very annoyed. And then that will give her even more of a reason to target him. So he's walking a fine line. I think his ego and his bravado are getting ahead of him. Yeah. Jawan is getting himself in trouble. He's out there looking for the idol. And you can't do that. You can't just go off on your own constantly because people like her are going to pay attention to it. She's on him. She's watching the fact that she's following him, and she's watching the fact that he's filling his bag with dirty sticks. Oh no, he took someone else's bag. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Savannah's gonna be so pissed. So Savannah's the one that doesn't like the woo-woo girl either. So she's she's very type A. I feel it. I used to be like her. She's gonna probably get herself in trouble. I think her attitude is going to get the better of her. It's gonna be too much for her to handle. She's already so irritated with so many little things. It's not gonna fare well for her. This poor girl, she's like, if my adrenaline's pumping, my bladder's pumping. I feel that. I have to go pee all the time. I feel for her. That would be my only worry about doing a show like this. Where would I pee all the time? And obviously, I know the answer to that in the ocean or in the woods, but still, like, every 10 minutes, I don't know. On Survivor, I don't know. All right, so Jake is going on the boat. Jawan is going on the boat. And both of them have already put targets on their backs, so separating themselves even more, it's smart for them because if they win an advantage, then they're good. But if not, they're cooked. That's another Gen Z word. They're cooked. Like, they will not be able to, they won't be able to save themselves if they don't have a vote, if they don't have an idol or anything to save themselves. They're also putting space and time separated from the rest of the tribe. Those tribe members are going to talk about the person that they sent to the beach. Who was the other person? Oh, Steven. So Steven, Jake, and Jawan, which means all three of them are also going to talk and probably form some kind of little three-way alliance for the merge if they make it that far. They're having to turn on each other at this little challenge where they got on the boat. There's three of them, Steven, Jake, and Jawan. They have to throw coconuts into the other person's nets. So each player has a net at the end of their, it's basically a basketball net. They're throwing coconuts into a basket. Each one has one, and it's a levered system. So once it gets too heavy, boom, there it goes, and they're out. So they have to throw it in each other's, and they're literally fighting against each other. So what are you going to do? They have to be in the circle to throw it. There's like a certain distance, but they have to target each other. So this is actually not going to fare well for an alliance, going into the merge if they do make it, because there's already going to be bad blood. Unless they work together and get that one person out. We'll see. Oh, it's not Steven. It's Matt. Oh my gosh, I had the wrong person. I had their names confused. Matt is who I was referring to. Gosh. It's pretty neck and neck. It doesn't really seem like anybody's targeting any one person in particular, but Jawan is banking every single one of his shots. So the couple that Matt and Jake are missing, Matt's just dropped. Oh, there he goes. He's out. Jake is also out because Jawan hit every single shot. That's what I was saying. The two that those other guys missed, Jawan just won it. That was pretty good. And he even said, Kobe. Hey, when you call on the gods. Jawan has a really hard decision here. He can either help his tribe or help himself. It's hard because he's already got a target on himself. I personally, it's me above all else. I'm not there to make friends. I'm there to win $1 million. So I would I'm selfish. I would take it for myself. I'm not there to play for anybody else. I understand that at the beginning you want to have a team that's strong, but if you've already got a problem in the tribe that you want to get out, he's the problem is what they've already made it seem like. So he knows that. He's aware that he's a target. So he needs to protect himself. There comes a line when you play for the tribe, when you're a part of the tribe. But when you're at the bottom of the tribe, you have to protect yourself. It's that simple. I'm excited to see what he picks, though, because if he chooses one for himself, he's got to pull somebody else's vote. And so they can't vote at their tribal council, causing creating an enemy essentially on the other team. So if they make it to the merge, he's already got an enemy. But again, he's got to make it to the merge. So he's not worried about that right now. You have to play in the moment, present. So given the fact that he told his tribe that he won, he's going to tell them about I think he picked the tribe. Let's see. I hope he took Jake's. What was it? Oh, no, he took the tribe disadvantage. But here's the thing. He could have also helped his tribe by hurting one of the other tribes by pulling Jake's vote. Because not only did it give him an extra vote, he didn't have to tell them that part. He could have just told them that he got somebody else's vote, or he got to take their vote. So I'm very surprised. That's not the move I would have made, but hey, I'm not the one on the beach playing. But even Savannah is saying, oh my God, he just might have bought himself extra days in the game. When you do things for others, when you're in a desperate situation, deserted on an island, I don't know, what weighs most to you? What's important to you? And there they go again, looking for the shoes. And Jake is the first person asking you about it. You guys, typically the one who is the criminal stands around to watch. They want to see, their stuff in action, essentially. Their crime in action. It's criminal justice 101. That sucks. This guy found the advantage right in front of Jake. So you have to show him. But he did take it. So now he's going to lose his vote until, let's see here, path to a hidden immunity aisle. Yep, of course. So if he loses, he doesn't get it till after they lose a challenge. So yeah, of course, like always, he cannot vote. So they have to lose. Now see, if this had happened and the guy that, what's his name, Jawan, had taken Jake's vote, they would have been 2 votes down. Oh my God, and the girls would have been able to choose. See, one little move can change. It's like a domino effect. Every little thing. That's why they say Survivor is a social game. Outwit, outplay, outlast. Because it happens so quickly. One decision could create a domino effect that just one other decision would have created a different one. It's wild. That is why I love this show. And that's also why it's been going on for 49 seasons. Oh my God. Okay, so the challenge, disadvantage. Oh my God, there's multiple parts. The first part is that each person who is disadvantaged has to put 20 pounds of coconuts on their back to run this course. Oh my God, and instead of 1 key that they have to sort through to find, they have to sort through 10 keys. Oh my gosh. He's got a lot of power. Wow. Does he get to talk to his team to help decide? This is so intense. Yikes. He's giving it to the yellow team. Oh my gosh. Oh, they are not happy. So essentially he gave it to Matt. In the 3 that were there, Matt, him, and Jake. Wow. Yikes. He's calling him Uncle Jeff, just like people are starting to call Julie Aunt Julie on Big Brother. It's interesting. This is the first time anybody's ever given him a nickname like that, so I'm sure he finds it endearing, especially after Julie's been called all the things over the years. So Jeff deserves it also because he's one of the greatest hosts. He's been hosting Survivor since quite literally season 1, just like Julie's been doing for Big Brother. So I think that's pretty cool. I love Jeff Probst. He's like, Rizzo, try something very cool. It didn't work. Oh my God. So the team with Jake on it lost. And I really do think he should be the one to go. I agree with Annie. But they're also talking about Sophie. Yeah. This is another one of those things where a challenge just changed their minds, because while I do think it would be a good thing to get rid of Jake because he is a problem, and I think it's just going to continue to be a problem as the time goes on, it's going to be harder for them to get him out later. But Sophie did not do good in the challenges, and that is a problem because they don't want to go to tribal. So Jake and Sophie, however, are teammates. They made a pact from the day one. We're going to be, each other's top person. So I have a feeling Annie may end up getting voted out, but I definitely think it needs to be Jake or Sophie. So Jawan also does not have a vote, so that's also part of the problem. Now, I see with Annie, she is kind of chaotic. She keeps changing her mind, so it's not someone that's really, that you want to, align yourself with if they're going to keep flip-flopping like that, because eventually they're going to flip-flop on you. So Jawan and Jake and Sophie are more than likely going to end up being the deciders, and then the other 2 are just going to vote however they're going to vote. Unfortunately, it'll probably be 2 to Jake or Sophie, whoever it is, and then the rest will be Annie, and Annie will probably go home. Oh, shit. So if they don't find the idol before Tribal Council, they don't get to use it. And then it just disappears. That's wild. He also has a ball and chain. How is he supposed to dig this up right next to the water well? It's part of the game. Oh my gosh. He's got to take it with him. And it's rattling. Hey. Oh, Sophie found the box that the idol's in. I would take it. I would not give it to them if I was her. Yep. Oh, she's smart. She is smart. She is so smart. She's going to try to keep the idol for herself. Good girl. Wow, that is so smart. I'm happy for her. That's how you do it. So now everybody's looking for the idol. She's already found it, though. Uh-oh. He found it. Well, he found it. So he can vote again tonight at Tribal Council. That's crazy. Yeah, Jeremiah knows he's on the bottom. Yeah, he's not wrong. If he votes out Sophie, then he'll keep Jake all to himself. And they do already have the bromance, so that's actually really smart. I would get Sophie out because she is cunning, but they don't realize that she's that cunning because she's doing this all behind their backs, of course. So it's not something that they can capitalize on because they're in the dark on it. Annie is so right. She's literally saying that trust is not a real word in Survivor, and she's so true. It's true. The other girl is arguing that trust is needed. Bullshit. There's okay to see value in someone and having a loyalty to an extent, but there's no trust. There's no real true trust in that game. And if there is, then I can promise that person's not going to win. Exactly, trust in quotes. Exactly. It's not real trust. Exactly, trust intuition. Vibes are one thing. Vibes aren't trust. Vibes are not trust. Vibes are what get you to connect. Ooh.